Hey, 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 you can hear Spanky starting to chime in there. Um, Let me make sure my shit's muted. Alright, my shit's muted. That shit is muted. What's going on, everybody? Oh, I didn't switch it over. Oops. Hi, look at this. Look at this. Look at that shit, man. Remember when I was streaming, I had like fucking bushy bush. It was just like, ugh. Well, no longer. At least not right now. Soon enough, though. I gotta pin messages. I have to pin messages. Let me see. Am I live? Why doesn't it show me live on YouTube? Okay, see my dashboard. Why? Where? What? There we go. There's my channel. Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know why it's showing that. Okay. I just want to pin messages. That's all I want to do. Man, somebody's been going around like using my. I gotta not look up. I got a nasty habit of looking up at my OBS. Um. Uh. So earlier, well, there's somebody out there who is using my professional email, which is my first and last name. Hey, what's up? Sorry I've been gone too long. Oh, I should say, so I was just out for the week because I was kind of well, last week I was just kind of caught working. There's a ton of work to do. And then basically just this weekend and yesterday I was just like I was all like I was just cleaning all day, all day, all day. And yeah, I was just kind of tired, and that's why I didn't stream yesterday either. And plus, I was dog sitting last night, so it's probably for the better because it's kind of chaotic in here. I didn't get anything done yesterday, so or last night at least after 6:30. But other than that, things are cool. Drawing, same old, same old. I'm getting back to the these Gabby pages again. Um, Hang on for a second. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I just turned my heat down a little bit because I got a sweatshirt on, and I'm like, okay, I'd rather just turn it down and just keep this on. Okay, nothing. Anyways, how are you today? How's everything going? This is what I was working on a little bit. I kind of picked away at things over the weekend. Then I got another job I got to do tonight too. So no after stream. I don't think. Maybe I could. Maybe I can get away with an after stream. Maybe I'll do something like games. I tried to play Destiny like a half hour ago, just before the stream, but I guess their servers are down. So, um, and then by the time like everything was everything, I was like, okay, I got to get ready for this. So I don't think I'm gonna do this right now, but what I'm trying to do in this panel is I'm trying to not be so rigid with like the house and the environment. So I'm trying to do like see there's just a lot of straight lines and a lot of you know kind of technical type shit, and kind of just trying to build off of that to something that's a little more fun. Something less dry, and it's getting there. Because I mean, in this panel, it's like this is where the truck pulls up and they're pulling into the the junkyard, right? So it's kind of trying to like plan out what goes where. As like I think I've showed this on stream before with all like the little. I don't even know if this is final, but it's at least a guide. So I'm gonna save that. I don't know. I haven't picked what I want to work on today, like which page. I think we did this on stream last time. Do I want to color? I don't know how far I was last time on this, but I worked at into this a little bit more. And it's almost there. It's got like I think I might actually leave it like this too. I might just clean up some of these drawings just to make it more readable. But Like this panel is pretty much done. I just gotta do some extra stuff to make sure that the text can be read. Same with this panel too. It just needs just a little bit more. So these three panels are pretty much there. I think this one might even be done. I might redo these. I'm gonna redo these letters. But I think as a panel, I think it kind of works. It's like you can see that she's like erratically driving. I should probably change her expression though. Or I don't know, maybe she's just trying to like stay concentrated because she's driving with the little wheel. But you know, I'm gonna I mean I gotta draw the junk back here. Herman, I'm gonna put that away for now, okay? You'll get it tomorrow, I promise, okay? I'll be right back, folks. Give me a second. Oh, I just gave them some jerky that seems to watch your tail, buddy. Watch it. I don't want to touch it because then you growl at you when I try to move your tail. There you go. Just don't want to run his tail over. Like he'll sit in his bed and it kind of hangs over. Oh, cause I mean I've had this cam for a long time. Oh shit! Spilled my water. Oh, it won't even reach over here. But I got another cam, pretty much just like the one I have now. Um, I know they're kind of different models, but it's basically the same thing, HD 1080. But I just gotta figure out where to put it, and I could do a little puppy cam. Herman jumped. Let's see if this will work. Let me see if I can put it in. Give me a second. Uh, oh, it might not even be plugged in, is it? Shit. We'll see if it shows up. If not, then I'll try it again. No, it's not showing up on here. All right. I'll just do it in between. I'll do it in between and set it up. But I've had to, for when I was doing the DJ and the art thing, I had two cams, one for art and then one for the DJ thing, and then um, you know, I just realized I had this other one. I'm like, yeah, I should use it for the puppies. I just had to figure out where to put it. So, I kind of want to keep some of this abstract stuff. Like this is kind of sketchy, but I have to draw in more of the Herman, finish your treat. Um, I got to draw in some junk. I decided to like get these people out of here because I didn't want the tire or that to kind of. I don't want to insinuate that people are getting hurt there. This is just kind of more of an accident with property, not with people. Exactly. They're fine. Maybe the people will be across the street and they're taking pictures and stuff. They're kind of gawking. So that's kind of what I have planned here. Damn, I wasn't even thinking about. I might work on this page. Not this one, not this one, but this one. I'm still kind of trying to figure out this tow truck. Because, the tow truck's got to be bigger than the truck. If the truck is huge, the fucking tow truck is a beast. And there's Ralphie driving it. Um, Let me pull up Ralphie real quick. Um, oh, wait, I should have the. All right, so this is Ralphie here. So maybe let's try to draw him in there just to kind of get an idea of what um kind of what the scale is like this truck. You know, I haven't even looked up a tow truck to be honest. I was just kind of drawing off the top of my head. So maybe I'm gonna look that up too. Just try to get some ideas for it. Uh, Flatbed tow. But this thing is a fucking beast. I think it's just called the Toe. The TOW. Oh, I like this one. All right. I'm kind of just taking inspiration from, what already exists and just kind of, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's see there. I was in a house mood today, so that's why I put on this playlist, which I like also. I don't quite remember it. I didn't put it together. I don't know who put it together. All right. So we need to do something like, okay, got like this massive grill up front too. All right, so let's get Ralphie and Rosa on there a little bit. I So I'm gonna do a new layer to the top of all this. The billion and eighth layer. Let's call it rough two. I don't give a fuck. Multiply that to yeah, cool. And maybe not that one. Yeah, I'll do that one. I've been coming up with some new techniques lately. So just trying out different ways of doing things. And I'm kind of enjoying this like multiply deal on the brush instead as well as the layer. But like his sorry, just booger laughed. My apologies. Um, this is Ralphie. He kind of has like a weird like thimble head, but he's got these massive arms. I don't even know if we'll see much of his face because his hands are huge too compared to his face. So maybe like this, and then maybe just a little bit of his hair, right? Because his arms are like this. Like he should be covering up more of his face even, like that much. I'm gonna turn on some mute or put my headphone down in a second. Right, and so if that's Ralphie, he should still be fucking tiny though, because I'm trying to compare them like what they would be inside that truck, inside the normal truck. You know what though? His arms are long too, so he should be a little further back. Yeah, he should be set a little further back. But he should still be like that. Just to kind of like accentuate how ridiculously big this tow truck is. Because that's gonna say like how big the regular truck is, which is pretty big. Probably like an F-150 or something. Maybe even kind of bigger in a sense. I don't know, maybe not. But it's got to haul a lot of shit, so. Do those shirts come in? Are you kind of still waiting on them? I still have to order mine. Like I said, it was a crazy week especially at the end of the week. And then this weekend, I was just like, I'm just gonna clean. I don't want to sit at a computer. And then oh shoot, run file. you know, and then Rosa will probably be even smaller, right? I think she'll see. Ralphie needs to be set, still needs to be set back further though. At least that part. Yeah, there we go. So we can get that length of his arms, right? And then no, she's got to be small. Oh shit. I think Rosa needs to be smaller, right? And then this is Gabby. You know, I wonder if she's just hanging out of the thing. Oh, weird. Okay, that's strange. Okay, I'll check into it because I'm kind of new to all that stuff. So I'll look into it and I'll work it out and hopefully um I don't know, it might be waiting on me for something. Oh, should Billy? I don't think Billy should. Hmm. Wondering if Billy should be in it. I think she's back at the house still. I think she didn't go on this run. But even like, okay, like check out how big this mirror, this side mirror is. Like that's almost like a fucking body mirror. Like you can probably check like your physique and this type of thing, at the gym or something. I want to take a look at this. Oh, let's do Rosa really quick too. Right? I think she's still a little like I don't think she's mad like that. I think she's just. I mean, I don't, she's not happy, but I don't think she's as like she's not showing it as much as she should be. She's showing it too much, I should say, here. And I don't know, like, if she really is that's just calm about things. I think there's part of. I think it's a little bit of both, or if she's just kind of covering it up. I think she does a healthy amount of covering up, or like just not addressing things, emotional things or heavy things sometimes. I think she just kind of bottles it up and then gets back to work, you know. Right? So she's not fucking. I mean, she's definitely not happy. That's for sure. And I think anybody else would definitely be pissed off, like rightfully. But I don't think she shows it as much if she does. And then again, like if she's feeling it, she's bottling it. I don't like this hand either. Man, should I do that? I don't know. This is kind of her nose there. It's just kind of like a circle with some little nostrils drawn in. But I think these panels are pretty much almost there. Actually, I should probably. Nah, I'll draw the whole thing because I think the body language is what's selling it here too. So I don't want to cover that up. Oh my god, now I feel like I'm drawing hands like a human being again. It's hard coming off of work where you have to do things so proper and then like um trying to get out of that mind state. Did you get anything fun over the weekend? Like I said, I was just kind of here hanging out and sweeping, mopping, dusting, pulling shit out, cleaning behind there. I'm still kind of in the process of it too. Oh, nice. Oh, turn. I forgot about like high school stuff, huh? Wow. Mm, more like that. Okay. But I might have to. I keep forgetting she's got this little scar right there. Just a little missing eyebrow chunk. There should be like little tears in the little seats too of the toe. This should be here too, right? Oh, I want to go back to my ref really quick of my truck. So this is what I'm looking at right now. I'll show it to you in a second. So I'm looking at this one, and there's another one I was just looking at. Where'd it go? Crap. Huh, okay. I guess not then. Oh, because they open the same. What? Okay, no, there it is. Here's the other one. Actually, no, this is the one I was looking at. Actually, like, oh, wait, let's put it there. No, it's more this one. But I'm also not trying to like copy that exact one either. I'm just trying to get an idea of what goes into a giant tow truck. So you had a pretty eventful weekend, huh? That's cool. That's fun. I mean, eventful, but not like super eventful. Maybe like not like a stressful, like a bunch of shit happening. Eventful, but just more of a casual, fun eventful, hopefully. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. See, like that one, the Ford has like this weird like hexagon or whatever triangular with rounded corners. But here I kind of want to do something like I like the shape of these lights here. So I want to kind of keep that. I want it to come off pretty fat too. Just oh yeah, yeah. I get that. Sometimes the weekends are the only chance like you get to really take care of stuff that you need to take care of, and it's like, okay, I get 2 days to like cram it all in, huh? Like try to get it all done. That needs to come out just a little bit more, I think. maybe even more. Like I think it's almost non-visible from this side. Maybe something like that. I want to make up a little emblem for them to put on here too. Maybe something like this, maybe. Uh-oh. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Is it on shuffle? Let's see what we got. Okay. It seems like a ton of layers on these things. Okay. And there's like even another. But I also don't want it to make it as like brand new looking as this one is either. So it needs a little bit of wear and tear. Okay, let's see what I might do this as well. Let me lock this in first. So let's make the car even more gargantuan. I think from here we can kind of do a little bit more too. Right about. Whatever the emblem was here, it's kind of like busted a little bit. He had it for some time. Get near, get near, get near. I should be drawing it from like a little bit more like this distance here, so I can actually get a better. And actually, I don't know. You can do that. Make the top a little squatter, and then the bottom a little, like bulkier. Right. I don't think I'm not using any perspective on this, like any real perspective on it either. I'm just drawing right now. And I'm gonna try to do that more. Just kind of try to get not be too mechanical about things because it does. I mean, it's fine for design, or I mean, I guess it depends on what you're doing too on the subject matter. But for this, it's like I don't want it to be so rigid and you know too correct. Like with the anatomy and perspective. Let's take a look at the other one too. Trying to get. We gotta put these up here too. I forgot. So then. Oh wait, they're gonna need to get into that side too. Shit. Maybe I should set it back a little bit more. So that way they have space. Because as it is, they can't get in the door really because the tires. Let me squish it a little bit more this way then. Something like that. That's still kind of fucked up, but whatever. Let's see. Maybe I can thin this out just a little bit more in the back. But I still want to keep as much of this crazy ass wheel well as possible. Oh, this one's got like a crazy steps on it. I don't know if I want to go that route. I think I might just do like the main step that they're getting into, and then from there, yeah. Oh, this has got to go back like that, right? Yeah. I don't know how to draw vehicles either. I suck with backgrounds in vehicles. I don't know how good I ever really was at them, but I was definitely better than I am now because I just don't really work on them too much. And now it's all just characters essentially. And I like to switch over to big um brushes, bigger brush sizes just to kind of get a better um just quicker and just more easily readable coverage on it. So but that's also why I like pencil everything to death because it's like I try to figure out as much as I can. Although like lately I've just been trying to jump to color as quick as possible just to kind of keep the spontaneity of it and the um not to not overdraw it, right? Because sometimes some of the shapes and things I can figure out as I'm coloring as well or doing final line art. So that's why I try to work this way too because some of it I can actually work up into final. work, which I love. Like for all the shit that like digital gets, it's like I love it because I can do things. I mean, you can kind of do these by like if I were to like take one of my heavily like textured pages and I like use it as reference, I can probably paint it, but I can't create it the same way that I do it with the layering and stuff, which is not to be confused with AI. So, you know, AI just pretty much does it for you. It like takes the creativity out of it for you, which kind of sucks. And the problem solving. And I don't get like I don't know. We're in a weird spot because like there's people who are just like AI pro AI to the point that they think of themselves as artists because they can write prompts for their AI piece, right? But they can never admit either that the machine drew it. They can never admit that. A lot of people think that it's liberating for them because like now, for us people that can't draw, now we can, have pieces and paintings, and it's just like, well, all that stuff is built off of other people's work, right? Like the AI didn't just come up with a style on its own. And I don't know. Finally, there's a lawsuit on it, and I'm pretty happy about it because there needs to be something done about it while it's still young because it's not going to go away. Unfortunately, these type of things, and people are going to continue to exploit it. I saw on YouTube a video of somebody saying, "Hey, you can get free art and put it on T-shirts and make profits," and it's like, "Fuck you," you know that? Like, it's like it's not your art. Like, it's not, just because it's falling through these weird like copyright cracks, right? Because apparently, the whoever wrote the prompts owns the artwork, but I think that's is a very unethical approach, especially to do that and then start selling it on T-shirts, like AI, like doing the AI portraits, like I don't really care about because like are any of those gonna hire us, and pay us $1,000 to to their portraits like that, dude? Probably not. So it's like, okay, that's fine if you want to do it for your profile photo, but I think overall, like what it does, and especially now, like it's been kind of tough, in the art field. It's always been tough, but it's been especially tough in the past like 4 or 5 years. And um oh wait, no, this is the truck. Um but I think what it does is kind of it cheapens the artwork. I think people, because of what AI might do, I think it's going to make people value actual art less because, you know, it's not going to be like maybe none of the major companies. It's not going to be this, Disney picked AI over me or whatever. It's going to be more like people on smaller levels that could be paying, a young artist to design their logo or their flyer, and now they're just gonna say, well, forget that, we're just gonna get the computer to do it for free, and we're just gonna type in what we want. you know I mean, it's fun for like memes and shit, but it's gonna do major it's gonna wreak havoc on everything. Like they're talking about, you know what was it, not, I want to say OpenGL, but that's a graphics thing. What was the whatever the system was. um they could write papers on it. Like they're worried about students writing papers on using AI to write their papers for them, and it's like, maybe right now it's fine. Like they'll be able to tell, like, oh, you didn't do this or that, but you know, and it's not saying that people won't be caught, but it just complicates things, right? Because now, somebody's got to sit there, whoever's grading the papers or whoever gave out the assignment has to sit there and be like, is this written by my student here, or is this just kind of a, like, does my student comprehend what I'm teaching, or are they just using AI to get a pass, and I'm not one of those people who are kind of like, well, I worked hard and I went through it, so should you. You should do it like I did, you know. But I think there requires some sort of drive and professionalism, and there's a lot of things involved in it, you know. Is it? In high school, it is. Yeah, I mean, and it's like, I mean, it's already invented, right? Like you can't, like people are just gonna use it, right? It's just they got to figure out ways to, you know, make sure that the people who are afflicted or affected by it aren't affected in a really terrible way, in ways that, their livelihoods might have to change, you know. And, I don't really consider it an evolutionary process. I mean, technology always comes along and it replaces things, but, you know, what it should be replacing is just more of the tedious work. Yeah, yeah, I was hearing about that. To edit it, or to write it for them, and then they edit it. But that stuff makes me just want to draw more, like this stuff, because there is, even besides all that, there's just a joy to it. There's, and not always a joy, but it's a joy to it. And I think especially once you've kind of accomplished and you've kind of start growing on this stuff, it means more, I think, than just, oh, I'm gonna win because I had, this piece or whatever. Oh, it's a full rewrite. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even now, even before that too, with iPads and such, and people, I mean, they have access to stuff that, which I guess isn't. I mean, it isn't bad. It's good that they have access to it, but the whole just like it doesn't prove that you can comprehend what's happening. You know. Oh yeah, keep remembering this is not the same truck as the tow truck. I keep wanting to draw this tow truck again on the back. It's hauling itself, or maybe it's this little kid, this little tow truck kid. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. Um, I'll leave the page up, but I'm gonna mute the mic and Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, editing is probably one of the most important things ever in everything because it's a matter of, well, what do you leave in and what do you take out? What's, you know. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it anymore because I think not. Look, this is unrelated to that, but because of this scene already being complicated. But I was thinking, with all the junk in the back, there's some cement, and then the cement is going to activate over all the junk, and then later on they were just gonna have a statue sitting in the yard of all the junk. Maybe I should still do that. You know why? Because that would be cool if like Gabby and her friends spray painted it. So it's like this giant structure of junk, um, kind of held together with cement. But I don't know what the shape of the junk is quite yet. I don't know what it's going to take because there's also going to be shit falling out. Not here. I'm going to close it. I'll close that as well. I'll keep that. Oh shit, that's right. Okay, keep that just in case for whatever. I don't know. Um, we got an empty wheel well, right? The tire's in the back. We don't need to worry about it. I'm just gonna vent crap in here. And this should be more dense and stuff a little bit, you know. I need to pull this truck up in another tab. So a lot of this truck. I'm gonna open up another. Nope, 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 nope. None of it, none of it, none of it. All right, I guess. Well, here's one that we can go off. Oh shoot, no, I don't want to go off this one. Oh, okay, I was in the wrong folder. Cool. Show you some other versions or older versions of these pages really quick. Okay, this was the insanity that I was talking about with this house. I captured my cursor, I'm sorry. Um, that's the insanity that was that house. See, is this the same one? These are all JPEGs, so they're kind of small files. I'm trying to find a decent shot of the truck, which I think this may be is like the most. Yeah, okay, let's kill that. Let's keep that. Okay. I don't know how many. I'm gonna close this too. Oh no, we don't. These are kind of fun now that I'm looking at. I'm like, oh whoa, those are all the breakdowns and such. Okay. Oh, here's a good shot of it too. Wait, no, no, no. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's why you gotta also encourage like more of a like a natural curiosity in people, not just stress winning, you know. And I think that's kind of what's gonna change it is, you know, if people are genuinely interested in this stuff, then they'll learn it, then they'll read on it, and then they'll study, they'll do whatever, they'll talk your ear off about it, you know. But like with the whole AI thing, then it just becomes about winning, and it's like, you know, I don't know. It's like there's a million things you could do for money, tons of things you could do for money. I just think there's it's not so much about laziness, it's about like shortcutting, I think too. Just trying to get rich as like fast as possible, or at least, everybody wants to retire at like 35, you know. But again, like I said, I think, what it's going to do overall is it's going to cheapen the art in the eyes of people. And, you know, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see like 10 years from now. Not to mention, like, there's going to be a tons of lawsuits with that stuff, I'm telling you. From like copyright holders, from individuals, I think, that are probably going to start making, photographic compromising stuff or whatever, or maybe something slanderous or libelous. I forget which is which. Um, so it's not just copyright infringement too. It's a ton of stuff. Not, even beyond the just straight ethical. And the people creating this stuff are like, oh, we're just, we're liberating art. It's like, dude, you don't have to be a professional artist to draw. Anybody can do it if they just, you know, if they want to do it. And if they don't want to do it, that's okay. Nobody says that you have to. There's a ton of things that I can't do. I can't cook. So it's like, you know, and as much as I'd like to, I got to learn it. Because people will literally like type in, like Homer Simpson in the style of, whoever, Keith Haring, or, whatever famous artist. And to me, that's just like, okay, well, I mean, that's as much as like Googling something, right? Like, you essentially Google something, and instead of getting like a bunch of results, like tons of results that you can kind of sift through, and I mean, I use reference because it's like, okay, if I don't know how to draw a gun. If I gotta draw a gun, I gotta look up how to draw a gun or a bicycle or even vehicles. It's like, okay, well, you know, but I'm not one to one like copying it. I'm just like, okay, well, that's kind of how I got. Like the shape that I had here was one that I just put down as I was drawing it, as I was sketching it, and then I went online and I'm like, okay, well, what can I put on here to make it a little bit more convincing, I guess, you know. But I mean, I don't even have to do that. Some people, I mean, there's some artists like you could just do this, right? And I could do that too, and I think it would be perfectly fine. It's perfectly okay. I mean, you can do any way you want to do it, and that's the fun of it, you know. And I mean, I might actually draw like that in some of these panels. It actually kind of looks better than this. Shit. I might have to. I might rethink it actually now. Because that's kind of how I want to do the house as well. It's just like I'm trying to not be so like precious with the stuff, and just have fun. Even this could probably shrink because that'd be fucking hilarious if it's like, yeah, I mean, I think that already looks better. Now it looks more like a Road Warrior type of, like a Mad Max style, like, which makes it a little even funnier, because it's not a Mad Max vehicle, it's a tow truck because they need to tow anything. I mean, that's not just for their own vehicles, that'd be for other vehicles as well. I'm sure Ralphie like helps out people too, like some friends who are stranded. Okay. And then we're gonna put the little steering wheel there. Yes, and the deep fakes as well. I mean, I think the deep fake combined with the AI stuff, because again, like they can with AI, they can start replicating people's voices even. I mean, it's gonna be like just in the past year, like this is all like pretty, as far as like something like this majorly finished product. And because I don't think it didn't have what it had before. Like the AI stuff wasn't as robust as it is now, and now it's like it can do anything. It's like shit. you know I mean, if they want to take our jobs, then they should at least just fine, and then like let us retire, like give us money to retire and live off of and pay our bills. I'll be fine with that. I can draw for myself. Like that's why I draw anyways. So if I had $1 billion, I'd still be doing this shit. It wouldn't be with any rush of a deadline too, and that's even better. Or or I can work on this and not think, okay, I gotta stop working on it because I got a job to do, and if I don't work, then I mean that's really why I stopped doing my own personal work. Is typically because like, okay, I gotta go get another job, or my job's intense and I'm just tired and wiped. So I'll be more than happy to take. I mean, not like my stuff's not even popular anyway, so it's not like anybody's ripping me off. But um, there's I don't know. It's just gonna change things, and this is the only thing I know how to do. When we moved to LA, like my ex and I were both looking for jobs, you know, and it was tough. Like it was hard, and I tried to get on these like cattle calls and stuff, but I had no experience in anything else. Like I couldn't work at like Barnes and Noble, or like you know I had no retail experience really. Not at least not in 23 years, 24 years almost. So that was kind of just like, man, like I thought I was gonna have to like hurry, like just pack up and move back already, like 1 month in. But things worked out luckily for both of us. Actually, I think we both got some pretty decent gigs. But oh, wait, they're not in there, but the seats are. Right. Mm. So yeah, maybe I should do that statue thing. I just don't want it to be because, like, okay, when they get in the crash, right? I had her saying, "Oh no, the cement," right? But I kind of want to change it because I mean, I don't know, because this is supposed to be an impact, but it's not really reading as an impact. It's looking like 2 seconds after an impact. This kind of does, but this doesn't really, like the truck itself. So I got to work that into it. Because also, if it's 2 seconds later, they'd probably be a little bit further. They'd be further down here too, like down the street, and this fire hydrant would be back there. But that's how he's kind of hoping to show it, like in some of the junk in the back, the scraps and stuff. So I think there should be. I'll think of something to put in this because I think it'd be a funny, like in joke or whatever, funny little gag to keep in the book of just like this cement structure that was made up of like odds and ends, maybe a little bit of rebar or something, just to make it funny. So I think somehow they extract it from the back and then use it as a lawn decoration. But I think it'd be fun because then like later on, Gabby and her friends, like I just thought about that now. Like they can sit there and spray paint or do whatever, like the Rock, like the fucking Rock, in front of the school. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, it's coming along. It's coming along. Hey, bud. Where's Spanky? Oh, there he is. I gotta get that puppy cam up and running. It's still there. That's funny. How many layers of paint do you think are in that? Or on that, I should say. I need to do like some chains. I gotta draw chains. They got the little things to lock the tires in place. Right? You got the lights. They should be like the flashing, like this vehicle is gonna go slow light. The go around light. So I think this is kind of how I want to do it because I think if I build it, oh, you can probably put like squish your finger into it. At least it's spray paint. Is it 8:30? Yeah, I think I could. I kind of. I just I want to exaggerate it just a little bit more. I think I always copy my layers when I like alter them like this because you just never know. But let's go back to that one. You gonna do some lab tests on it? Did you spray on it? I never did. Last time I remember it was silver mostly. Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Rud. Oh, it's for science. You don't understand, officer. Whoa, this is I don't see. That's why it's kind of a delicate thing sometimes, like trying to exaggerate it because then I also don't want to lose the top up here. I think I fucked it up. I don't like that. I might go back to what it was before. I was on the right track before when I was kind of drawing over it again. Yeah, I think that might not happen. That might not work. I just want to. Hmm. Let me pull this out just a little bit more. Yeah, don't get arrested. I need to head back and visit. Like it's been forever. I'll try. I'm gonna try to this year, at least for a little bit. I think I have a sitter for the boys. Last time I went, I took Herman. He loved it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Took him long enough, huh? Actually, I also want to go visit Calumet City again. I haven't been there in forever. I like looked up my old places that I lived over there on Google Maps. That was pretty fun. I was like, oh wow, like I looked at my house like when I lived in Blue Island, right before I went to. Actually, no, I was going to TF South when I lived in Blue Island. I was using my grandpa's address in Lansing, and then we moved to Linwood. Um, because my mom didn't want us going to Eisenhower. She thought we'd get caught up in gangs and shit. I went to TF North for my freshman year. That shit was crazy. Oh, really? Wow. When I got there, that's when like the flag controversy was going down. Like, wow. Because I went freshman year to TF North, and then I went to South from uh, sophomore on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, okay. I mean, I know why they did it, I guess, but it was, I don't know. But they also taught like some crazy shit there. I remember the whole like states' rights thing was being taught there. And I was like, okay, man. States' rights to what? Hmm. Oh, why does it do that? There we go. Okay. I'll probably stick around for a little bit more. I don't. Yeah, I'll probably just play some games for a little bit. I'm gonna try to call it as early a night as possible. Like I normally go to bed about like 2 or 3. Um, and I used to wake up at 5:30 for the majority of, well, not probably a good chunk of my adult life actually, if not the majority, because I had to get up at like 6:30 to go catch the train to go downtown to go to work when I lived out there. And then out here, like, just I was just freelance. I just got used to waking up at like 5:30 every day. That's how I was working on Dogman and Captain Underpants. Is I'd get up at like 5:30. Cause like, yeah, dude, what's up with that? Like, I don't know. There's some diehard defenders of it. So, um, but when I was working on Captain Underpants and Dogman, it'd be like I get up at like 5:30 in the morning. Like work starts much later here. Like I don't think I have a job that started at 9. It's always like 10 or 11 that work starts, and then we work until like 7, 8 at night or whatever. Um, so that would give me some time in the morning to do some work, and then when I worked until like 7, Yeah, because we get a w- it was a we get a 1 hour lunch break, but it's unpaid, right? So we get and this is in the union too. Um, so we worked for 4 hours, 1 hour lunch break, and then worked for another 4 hours. But that's not true because, and it's weird too that it's 11 because 11 here is what, like 1 o'clock there, and it's like 3 o'clock in New York, right? Or is it? No, I mean not. Yeah, or 2 o'clock in New York, I believe. So it'd be like one. So it's like everybody's like, and I mean when I do the Scholastic stuff, that's all in New York too. So it's like me getting up at 5 a.m. would be like them, you know, getting to work for the day. Um, but the thing is, like, it is weird because like I got, yeah, I'm incredibly like I am just I've been living in here in this. This is the longest apartment I've lived in my entire life. This is the longest home that I've lived in my entire life, and it's been like 5.5 years, right? Calumet City was about 5 years. When I actually lived in the city in Chicago, that was about 5 years. Um, but like a lot of it is, the past almost 4 years, I've just been working at home. I haven't been in a studio really to work. I'm kind of used to it now. Actually, I work better this way. Not to mention the shitload of money I spend on my like home setup. Like, I mean, I had a good one before, but like I upgraded it like massively, and so I kind of want to enjoy it. When I got my first like really powerful computer a little over 10 years ago, and I so badly just wanted to spend time with it to work on my own stuff, just to take advantage of the upgraded system. But like I was always working on work stuff, so I was just like, oh, I wish I could be home all day to work on my shit. And after, because now it's like now that I'm not going into a studio, there's about 2 hours worth of traffic that I'm saving every day. An hour and a half to 2 hours worth of traffic that I'm saving every day. And that 1 hour lunchtime. Um, I mean, it's still the same here, but now it's a little bit easier to just be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna take a half-hour lunch and just get my work done, and you know, instead of just being somewhere waiting on notes or waiting on, plus it's like working at home. Like I can take a break and go do dishes or something just to get away from the desk, or take the boys outside, go to the park. It's like, even though it wasn't too, like last time, like the last job wasn't too bad after I moved here, because then it would only be maybe like a 20-minute drive. But prior to that, I lived everywhere. And each place, whether I was out in like fucking Canoga Park or I was in Hollywood, it'd be like at least like a 45 minutes to an hour drive every day. And Hollywood, it wasn't that far from my job either. Just traffic was just so bad. So it's nice not having to rush to get out of the door. Sometimes I'm like not having a good day. I'll go take a nap, get up, come back, and just, I'll stay up later to finish my work or whatever. But, I'll get more refreshed. So I think it's, I can name like 100,000 reasons I'm better off here. But I don't think the actual, like, my crew is okay with me. They don't care. Like all my immediate supervisors and my producer. But I think those above them want us to like back inside of the office, which makes no fucking sense to me, especially with these. Because like every other week, I'll get an email like, the office, or we're gonna have mandatory masks again because somebody tested positive for COVID at work. So it's just like, you know, I think what they should do is this. They should set it up almost as like a shared office space, like something um like WeWork or whatever, where they have. I don't. Well, honestly, my last day on this current job is supposed to be Friday, but nobody's really reaching out to me about like usually like I have meetings set up, like exit meetings and shit, and so nobody's reached out for that. So I'm kind of just like, you know, and I know people right now are pretty busy over there too. So I kind of have a couple small jobs lined up, but they're not animation jobs. They're just freelance. They're freelance jobs. And oh, speaking of, I gotta check in on something really cool. But I know they have a desk for me at the office there. Like somebody told me, like, yeah, you're set up. So if I can go in, yeah, it's kind of how it is out here. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what for sure is gonna happen, but that's animation. Like, uh, we had like a design meeting today, and somebody's like, yeah, you just gotta keep looking. Like that's just the goal. Or no, somebody had told them like they sought for advice, and they're like, you just always be looking for work, and that's not something that I'm very used to. Like I was lucky to have a steady job for so long, multiple times. Like even when I was on Turtles, they were just like, this is rare that I was there for 5 years, and everybody's like, it's so rare to be on a show for that long. Yeah, usually they do. Like they'll give you an end date, right? And then if that's adjusted, then it's adjusted, right? But they'll be like, your end date is on such and such. But like over the past year, I've just kept getting extended. So I'm like, hey, fuck it. I like that. I'm not mad. But it also makes it kind of hard to like go out and look for new stuff too. Um, which is kind of also what I was working on the past few days too, is like trying to get my portfolio up to date. Um, I don't know. I heard it's not so hot right now out there. So um, and so I was like looking out for some freelance work. But yeah, it's kind of and it's happening to pretty much it happens to pretty much everybody, even people who are showrunners or create shows, and it's like they get in the same boat too. Next thing they know, maybe they don't get picked up again, and they got to look for like a day, whatever day gig they can get. There's no real like, it's not like if Disney or Nickelodeon or DreamWorks, when they hire you, it's not like, okay, you work for Nickelodeon, so when your show ends, we'll just put you on another show. Sometimes they do that, but there's no guarantees, right? So it's like you kind of start over again, and call everybody out and be like, hey, you got any work? It's kind of weird. But like, Captain Underpants had a pretty good run too. That was like 2.5 years, maybe. Yeah, it was like 2.5 years for Captain, and then Turtles was 5 years, and both of them I got to start also, which was awesome, on like pre-production. A little bit on this show, on the thing that I'm working on too, um, but not as much. There was people there that were longer than me, but on those two shows, that was kind of like the funnest part. Is like, okay, we don't know what anything really looks like yet. We're still trying to figure everything out, And that's when you kind of get like super creative and you kind of just start drawing in all kinds of different ways. What about this? What about that? What about this? I'm gonna shrink the whole thing a little bit too, just so we can fit more of it in the frame. I don't know. I wasn't expecting this. Like I'm kind of happy with this how it turned out so far. I didn't even know I was gonna draw the truck tonight. So I didn't feel like it. But here we are. I gotta. Where's my like actual borders? Fuck, that's not there, is it? Damn. Do I have margins? Oh yeah, yeah. So this isn't too bad, but I don't want to cut it off on that exact line either. It's gonna bleed out of the panel. There's no border on it, so that's fine, I think. When I extend this stream after this too, I'm going to cut off this stream and then restart it. Right. Something like this, right? And then but yeah, I'm gonna restart this stream because I don't think I'm gonna play Destiny, but I'll figure something to play. I just feel like kind of zoning out. I should move it down some actually. Oh shit, nope. I'm also thinking of like switching from doing design to doing storyboard. As much as I love design, it's kind of like it's more like mechanical. It's more um, which is fun. I mean, it's cool because I like, especially like seeing like a completed image. The thing about storyboard artists is like you're not gonna see like the one-to-one work show up in the end product. Um, Not all the time with character design too, but with some of that stuff though, it does make it on air, and that's pretty awesome. To just see it's like, yeah, dude, that's I actually drew that. Like it wasn't I didn't design it, somebody else drew it, like the animators or anything drew it. That's the actual shit that left my desk that's on the TV. And that feeling is pretty wild. That's pretty awesome. All right. See, I swear my shit looks better when I don't like obsess over like everything being in the right place. I've been on this job since like late March, April-ish. It's kind of like okay, there's a couple days spattered at my the person that brought me on to it. I worked with on Captain Underpants. He reached out to me, and so it was a little bit of okay, here's a little explainer, but once we got running, and it's been from yeah, from like April-ish to now. So the last show that I was on was in 2020, and that was called Bless the Hearts. It was on Fox, I believe. It was a funny show. It had like Maya Rudolph. Um, it was on a bunch of people. Ike Barinholtz, I think. Yeah, that's his name. A lot of people, and I thought for sure they were gonna renew it. It was like a family comedy, like primetime style, and they didn't. I was disappointed. But I was on that from Actually, a little less time because I was on there from like May of 2020, and I was like dead broke. They have to announce it. Honestly, like I have to wait for them to announce it, and then even then, only I can share that I worked on it, and I can't share anything from it. It's a cool looking show, and there's a lot of heavy hitters on the team. They're knocking it out, and it's amazing. But it's also very like nerve wracking. Just the whole job, not just not the content. The content is it can be nerve wracking, I suppose, but I'm referring to the actual like status of the job and of the work. It's like ooh. That's why like also things like the AI and um you know the I mean I don't know if you keep up with what's happening, but with like HBO and even like Netflix at first that were like kind of gutting like all these shows. It was really sad, you know, and because there was like a lot of great shit that I was looking forward to, and a lot of people were. And then HBO started like canceling things left and right, and not just canceling, but like actually removing it from the streaming service, which sucks too because that's well it still is I guess one of the best ones of the streaming sites. It's like you got something good here, like don't fuck it up. you know. So I don't know. I mean, Hollywood is finicky. There's things that go like into production, everything's about to go, and they'll be like, nope, we're not gonna do it anymore. Everybody gets let go. Got to file for unemployment, or get the next gig. Whichever comes first. Maybe I should stay streaming right now so I don't go out and spend money. Okay, so I got further than I expected, so I'm not mad. Although I do want to kind of clean up this shit here, kind of get this stuff out of the way, like the old under drawing. Um, and then there's this layer here. Wait. Oh, okay. This page is weird because the composition is kind of strange. It feels more slapped together, so I'm gonna give it a less. It's not like the other page, the previous page, which I really like the way this flows and this looks together. This one is a little collagey, especially in the middle. But I think it's just Gabby freaking out. Rosa, she's getting her field sobriety test, and then yeah, then we get a toe. All right, I am going to hop back on in a second with some games. So be right